friends. Well, we are in a different position today for reasons. We are doing an unhaul. So you are balanced precariously on a chair whilst I'm on sprints in the middle of a sprint. So this big box of bitches here is all getting unhauled. Well, this will be going on Vinted. Anything that's already on Vinted, I will link my Vinted down below. If you want any of these books prior to them going on Vinted, just drop me a message. We can arrange something. For the ones that are not special editions, I probably just want postage. I just want them out my flat at this point. And any special editions, or potentially if the hardcovers, we'll work something out. If you're interested in any of them, just let me know. So, first up is these two, Evermore and Ever Less by Sarah Holland. These were like Fairy Loot editions way back when they had very few customizations. I've rapidly just grown out of YA. I'm very, very rarely interested in anything YA anymore. These two, Eve Illusions and Eve of Man, one of these is signed and dedicated to Olivia. So if you're not bothered about having a book that's signed and dedicated to someone else, then feel free to take these off my hands. If not, they will be going to some lovely person on Vinted. Next up, we have The Hat Makers. This is a middle grade by Tamsin Merchant. It was fun. I gave it 5 stars at the time. Probably in hindsight it wasn't, but I don't have any hardcovers of middle grades apart from Skander and Danger Gang. Everything else I have in paperback. So if I want it, I've got it on audio anyway. So, Spell for Never Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I know this is an adult book, but I'm not interested. I reread the synopsis and it's not something that interests me, so getting on hold. The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Same reason. Growing out of YA. Reread the synopsis. It didn't spark joy, so I'm recondoing this shit. It's not shit. I'm just saying recondo this shit. Do you know what I mean? Next up, we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess. It's a Fairy Loot special edition. This is going to be a running theme. YA, specifically, generally Fairy Loot YAs, not sparking joy. Therefore, it's going to someone it will spark joy for. Next up, Midnight in Everwood by M.A. Cusnier. This has been on my TBR 2 years in a row. Every time I look at it, I'm thinking I might go and pick it up, but I've never read the Nutcracker original. I've never watched the original Nutcracker story. The more I ponder on this, the more I'm thinking it's not going to be something that I'm interested in. Away it goes! Next up, we have Witches of Ash and Ruin. I've ruminated on this and reread the synopsis, and although I initially was intrigued to get back into it, I'm not. So, it's a going. Same with these two. We've got Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. And within these, Wicked Walls by Lauren Blackwood. This was a book that I got from a book box. It's the one where they used to do the Muse of the Month. That only ended up running for like 6 months. But yeah, I don't know if it's signed or anything. I can't remember. But both of these just don't spark joy. So they are going. This one, I do love Gideon. I know you're looking at this thinking what the hell, but I was kindly sent the hardcovers by Emma, so I don't need a paper. Like a Charm by Elle McNichol, another one. This is more middle grade. I think that if I want to read this, I'll probably get the audiobook, but it's not something that grabs my attention anymore. Street Robbery by Greg James and Chris Smith. This looks like one that I might actually enjoy, but it's chunky, hardcover, middle grade, and I haven't picked up a middle grade in forever, and if I did pick up middle grade, probably would be a reread, if anything. Middle grades just don't spark joy for me at the moment. I may regret my decision, but I can always repurchase if I need to. Frostfire by Jamie Smith. I really love this, I gave it 5 stars, but I won't reread it, and it is only small, but it is taking up space. The Once the Future Queen, Secrets of the Star-Crossed. I've not heard any good things about this whatsoever. I've heard it's like an author has plenty of ideas, but just dump it all in one book. It's a mixture of different, like you've got Greek mythology and mixed with like sci-fi and like fantasy, and it's just lots of ideas jumbled into one, trying to mix some, like, I'm sure this one said there's some kind of British history or some Arthurian legend thrown in there. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like something I'm going to vibe with, so it's going. Tarot at the End of Time. I read the first book in this little series and I really enjoyed it, but So it's great. These two I'm going to put together. The Stitchhead by Guy Bass and Max Einstein by James Patterson and Chris Garbenstein. These came when I bought a bundle of middle grades from W.A. Smith years ago. I think I bought the Christmas Stories in hardback, and at the time I didn't read it and unhauled it, but then kept these two for some weird reason. Hardback of Starfell book 4. Is it book 4? I'm collecting these in paperback. I got the gift of the first one in paperback. I can't justify spending the money on the rest of the series in hardback, so it's going. The Skyfarer by Joseph Brassey. This is a sci-fi that I was sent, that I got in what's it called now? Box of Stories, and it sounds like it's gonna be interesting, but every time I look at other books, I'm pulled away from this, and then I forget about it. This is the back of a bookcase for ages, and then I don't read it. So it's going. It's great. The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane, middle grade. I did really enjoy this. I think I give it 4 stars. But again, I won't reread it. And if I do want to read it, it's generally on BookBeat or Scribd. So. How Not to Be a Vampire Slayer. Initially I was very interested in this. Initially was very interested in this, but again, middle grade. Gathering of Storms, same old, same old. I didn't get the first one. This is the second of the series. I was going to wait to get the Weather Weaver, but then I didn't, so off it goes. City of Rust. Yes, this is a great cover, and if I could get the artwork on a print and just have the print of the gecko, which is the favourite part of this book for me, then I would. But I can't, so, you know, Carl James Montford, if you want to just do this for me again, send me a print. I'm down. Shadowblade by Anna Kashina. I think this was another Box of Stories pick. Just not interested. No interest whatsoever. And then we've got The Ghost of the Shadowhunter Market. Is it? The Ghost of the Shadow Market, Vane Chronicles, and Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. I have all these in hardback now. Not required. So Tristan Strong punches a hole in the sky, although it doesn't really punch a hole in the sky, it punches a hole in a tree that falls into the world. But I really liked this. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I can't remember. I did really enjoy this, but I got it on audio. Want to reread, I can listen to it on audio. And then Crooked Sixpence, I didn't really vibe with. We're just going through these. I haven't been telling you the authors of these either. I apologise. But we've got Thunder of Storms. Nope. We've got Thunder of Monsters by S.A. Patrick. I think the got a Darkness of Dragons and a Thunder of Monsters by S.A. Patrick. There's a Vanishing of Griffins as well. Again, middle grade, not really vibing at the moment, so in the going. A Place Called Perfect, I liked this. I gave it like 3, 4 stars, but I won't be continuing with the series or companion novels, what they're supposed to be. And yeah, that's it. Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I was gifted this by Chloe, but again, not currently vibing with this book, and yeah, I'm just not interested, and I don't feel like I would be interested in picking this up, so I'm not going to keep it. And then The House of the Age of Magic, this foiling has come off on there, so I'm just going to give this to anyone who wants it. yeah. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've heard this is a great book, but it's not a type of book that I would read. Generally, I bought it to branch out and then didn't branch out. It is what it is. Steel Frame by Andrew Skinner. Another one that I got in a how-to box of another one I got in a box of stories. Just not interested in it anymore. Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. Book 1 or book 2, I don't know, book something of the series duology of the Tommy Adeyemi duology, and I'm just not interested. Mexican Gothic, I gave this 3 stars. It was not what I expected, slightly disappointed, so yeah. Paris Adrift by E.J. Swift, another box of stories one. I kept it because I felt bad, because it was like so many thousands of books a year going to like a dump, whatever, like recycled or something. This is going to be a lost book, and I felt really bad, so I kept them for like, this must be a year that I've kept this for, and not touched it other than to move it from one bookcase to another. It's just, why would I keep these? I don't know. The City of Lost Fortune by Brian Camp, part of the Crescent City series. It's a Crescent City novel, and not the Crescent City that we all know and love, or that some of us know and love, but it's a different Crescent City, and I think this Crescent City was created in 2018, so I don't know if that was before Sarah J. Maas or after, I can't remember, but yeah, it's a fantasy book from Box of Stories. And then we have The Magnus Chase and the Swords of Summer, so I'm highly likely just gonna ask for postage on these because these are heavy fuckers. And then we've got Magnus Chase and the Hammer of Thor, Heroes of Olympus and Mark of Athena, and Percy Jackson and the Greek Heroes. We have Heroes of Olympus, The Blood of Olympus. If I want these, I will get them in paperback and or audiobook. These are just too chunky. They took up like a full shelf and then some. Thank you very much for gifting me them, Erin, and at the time I was really excited to read them, but in the last 6 months my taste has totally changed. It's come out of nowhere, and did not expect my taste to change so much so quickly, but they have, and I need to be more brutal with my Unhaul. I've stopped my YA Fairy Loot because I just wasn't reading the books. I've stopped buying, I've stopped pre-ordering as much, and I've also stopped diving on special editions just because they're pretty. This is the next step, it's like unhauling stuff that I'm just not drawn to. Okay, so there's 43 books here, and then there's also 4 that I've unhauled, so that's 47. And there's another 3, a box going to Gem, which is the Kate in Waiting, something about in these walls, into the walls, something about walls. It's a thrillery book, I'll put it here. And then there's another book that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. But yeah, there's 3 books going to Gems. So that's 50 books, all in all, that I'm unhauling now. But I've also unhauled more than this. More. I just need to move these out of the way because they are blocking them. We have the bone chips. We don't need to talk about the bone chips, do we? We have This Will Be Funny Someday. This was kindly gifted to me by Jamie, but I haven't picked it up since he sent it me, and I've reread the synopsis, and it's just, I don't think it's something that I'll be picking up anytime soon. So I'll be unhauling that. There's A Darker Starless Forest by Sarah Hollowell. This was another book that was in that book box that I mentioned earlier, and I can't remember what it is. If I remember, I'll put it here. The Fairy Loot edition of Bone Cries Dawn. I don't have the edition of Bone Cries Moon because, again, this was an issue that occurred when I came back to Booktube, started Fairy Loot back in 2020, and I just bought any book that I saw that was pretty, not caring if it was a sequel, not checking if it was a sequel. Where the Crawdads Sing, and it's bent, but I'll straight out. I really didn't enjoy that book. This series, initially I was really excited to read this, and again it's YA. I'm no longer interested in YA, and it's a series by Kendall Blake, 5 Dark Fates, 2 Dark Reigns, Queens of Fenburn, 1 Dark Throne, and 3 Dark Crowns. I'm also Unhauling Star Daughter. I give it 3 stars, I don't know why I kept it. Serpent and Dove, paperback edition. I know I love Serpent and Dove, but I'm getting Gems hardcover edition. So, Year of the Reaper doesn't spark joy. It hasn't since the day that it came in Fairy Loot. Magpie Society, I've had this on my shelf since it came out. I started it, softy and effed it years ago. Never picked it back up again. Never gonna pick it back up again. The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubikowski. Again, YA. Bought the Fairy Loot Special Edition. Just doesn't spark joy. I'm not going to get them because they are behind you. But there is also Jade Fire Gold. There is This Golden Flame, Master of One, Witches Steeped in Gold, and The Immortal Game, and Prison, what's it called? And Poster Girl by Veronica Roth. Those I'm getting rid of as well. They're behind you and I can't bother getting up just to get back down. So I'm going to count the rest of these and tell you exactly how many I'm unhauling. Nope, I'm lying to you again. There's also 2 of the Crave series books going to Becca. So this is about 65 books in total that are leaving my flat. And I still don't have enough space for the new books because the majority of these are either double stacked or already on the second book trolley that I've got. And they were overflowing on that book trolley. So I still need to do some more unhauling. I need to be more brutal. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm going to put all these back in the boxes so that I can then take photos and put them on Vinted. What I'm going to do is, this will go live on Friday, the 27th. I will hold off putting any of what isn't already on Vinted. And if anybody is interested in anything from this haul, please just let me know. You'll get first dibs. Thank you for watching. If you do like me and you want to see more of me, like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. If you don't know what to say, if you want to let me know here, black heart is also always very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy.
Every time I fall in love, it seems to be